with a fairy box, with a subscription box, it's slightly different as with any of the other boxes. These are also available to purchase as a one-off. It just means that if you are buying it as a subscription, you save yourself 20%. Now, all of our subscriptions, and that's worth saying, you can cancel anytime. We do not tie you in a contract. None of them. Whether that is the surprise box, the fairy box, or the maker's box. We really, really want you to want them. We don't want you to dread them. So you can cancel anytime. There's no small print or anything like this that suddenly you are forced to get our boxes. We'd hate that. You can also skip payments. So if there is a month where you, for whatever reason, you are pushed to do the project, whether you don't like it or whether you haven't got the time or whether you just need to save your pennies 1 month, then you can skip boxes and just pick it up whenever you're ready to pick it up again. This Wild Rose fairy box this month is a definite favorite of mine. I just love wild roses. I love them because they just hang out, don't they? They hang out, they look really happy, like they don't have a care in the world, and in all of that, they just look really beautiful in their simplicity, which is what I love about them. To be honest, but I do love the ones particularly that are a bit more inconspicuous and I don't know, they're just there, and they surprise you because you never know when you meet them and what color they are, and then when you look close you actually notice, wow, you are quite amazing in terms of your colors, because they often have either quite a contrast between their petals and the inside, which can be sort of like bright green or yellow, and the petals can go from a really, really almost neon pink to a pale pink or white. And the fairy subscription boxes always come in this thin box, which if you just have that one, that actually fits through the letterbox. So if you are not at home, most people at the moment are, but when we're all getting really busy again and we're never at home, then you can rely on this being stuck through your letterbox and you don't have to be there to receive it. Let's open it up. We have to always tape this one down because it's it gets rather full. So when you open your fairy box up, there you are. It also has this lovely tissue paper. And first of all, you're always greeted by the newsletter, which is in all of our boxes. There, it tells you a little story about the project, why it might be of interest to make. There, gives you the contents of the box there as well, and it always gives you a photo of the next month's project, which in August is going to be the sunflower fairy. And I'll just bring her a little bit closer because she's one of our first diverse fairies that we are making. I think she's really beautiful, and the colors, it was just one of those things where it couldn't be anything else but this one. Just absolutely stunning. And so this is August there, and that's the newsletter. And then in this box you get lots, so you get all the materials to make the fairy. And in this one you have this beautiful rose ribbon there. You get the wild curls that she needs to have on her head. You get Angelina fiber to make the wings. You get your extra strong thread, that's what you need to tie the wool under her head. You always get a medium needle in there. Oh, I need to say something else about the other. Yes, so that's me speaking out loud, a mental note. And then of course you get all the materials in there, and there's also pipe cleaner somewhere in there, hiding away. Just gonna make sure it's there. Yes, no, not there. There, yeah, it's there. And then you get one of our extra strong pipe cleaners. I don't even want to disturb this too much because I know who's packed this. It's Alice, and she's so nice that she just does the best job packing. I love how she puts so much care into packing this. So I'm going to put this back together again. There is you've got a really special treat with this fairy, because you're going to see me making it on Sunday from beginning to end on the Create and Craft Facebook page. this month. This is the Wild Rose Fairy. So she has got, no, she doesn't. Let's get the one next to it. In fact, maybe get this one. There. She has got a tiny little bird sitting on her hand there. I don't know if you can see it. Tiny little bird on her hand. She has got little rose decorations, because so you get that rose ribbon that you first of all fit around her waist, so you can make that as a nice feature around her. And then you can cut some, you get enough so that you can cut individual roses off to decorate her dress. She has got Angelina fiber wings, and then she's got this wild yellow hair that's just perfect for the Wild Rose Fairy. And if you want to make, if you make your fairy, this is a tip sort of in general, you can make, tidy them up here a little bit by just tearing little wisps of wool out, and it just sort of freshens them up. You can also shorten them, but if you just want to freshen them up a little bit, because you might have handled them quite a lot with putting the decorations on, just take tiny little wisps off and freshen your fairy up to make it nice and fluffy and wispy again.